So it's just a matter of time before I take your phone and I'll call everyone you know. She'll hate me for letting go, but she'll leave me if I try to stay. Oh, give it up, Jessica. Oh, won't you just let me go? All the secrets you keep and the words that you speak mean more to me than you'll know. Oh, give it up, Jessica. Oh, won't you just let me go? All the secrets you keep inside mean more to me. You mean more to me than you'll know.
We actually just got back from a radio interview and they asked the same question, but I like to phrase it like we're in kind of like the framing a house part of working on the record. We just got like the skeleton up of everything, and he's been listening to the tracks. We have them in kind of rough form, and he's been listening to them and just thinking of more parts that we're going to be adding. So
figuring out what furniture is going to be put
where. What drapes we're going to put on the walls. But when we get back there in a few days, we're going to continue working on it and probably be done in about 3 weeks. This new record, I don't know how
it's got a hint of Bon Jovi in it, which is what we've heard, but I don't hear it. So.
Yeah, that's what a bass player Drew said. No, I don't think it sounds anything like Bon Jovi, but there's like a hint of Gin Blossoms in there. There's more. There's songs that use a bit heavier tones, heavier guitar tones. And there's songs that are just going to be kind of acoustic. So I would say that it's not a departure from our work from before, but it's along the same vein as the Quietdrive that people have come to know and love.
Are you living a lie or are you living away? Does he know he's only just a place to stay? So let's just stop and rewind before I lose my mind, before I don't want to hear you say it's the worst of all times to go, the worst to stay. Oh, give it up, Jessica. Oh, won't you just let me go? All the secrets you keep and the words that you speak mean more to me than you'll know. Oh,
it's not really, we don't really remember the funny times because they're so fun, and then you just kind of pass through those time periods, but it's always like the hard times that you remember, I always feel like. And we had our van and trailer stolen in Detroit. That was pretty devastating to us because a lot of our personal belongings were in there, and you know, when you're a band and you already don't have any money to begin with, it's difficult to get everything stripped from you because then you got to kind of start over at ground zero. And that was pretty difficult for us because we had been on the road for 2 months already, and we already were just drained. And once that happened, it was kind of like a life-changing experience for us all.
And there was a guy that knew where the stuff was and somehow contacted our management, was trying to extort money from us. And we took that conversation, put it at the beginning of our previous album. So that's how the album starts. So it's kind of a cool backstory.
Yeah, so there was like this whole ring of crime going on while our van and trailer were in Hock and some warehouse getting stripped down, and this guy was just playing games with us the whole time on the phone.
We should really write a novel about it.
I know. One day we'll have memoirs and you'll find out the whole story.
if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, if you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time, time after time.
Just basically, how we like to do songs is we just like to demo them out. Basically, come up with a version of the song. We'll go in the studio and we'll do it ourselves. And
yeah, but tell them where you were walking.
Oh yeah, I was in like Walmart or something, Target, something like that. Just like listening overhead, there was like a Cyndi Lauper song playing, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cool, 80s song. And then I just went to the studio and just kind of came up with a little spin off of it. And that spin, it was a lot more like techno-y when I first wrote it, I feel like. But when we actually went to record it, it sounded really, really good. So we just ended up using it.
What was their reaction when you said, I want to do Cyndi Lauper's Come Up to Fun?
Well, I didn't tell him that. I just showed him.
I
the
punched
song.
him in the face.
Yeah.
And you say go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time.
I think a lot of the things that a major label offers you are good things, and a lot of things that they take are things that are kind of necessities for your just to feel like a person. And you can run the major label gamut, and what they'll do is they'll propel your career.
They opened a ton of doors for us, which
Yeah.
we've been able to continue down those roads, on our own.
It's really difficult at the same time because it just consumes your life. You have no other life. You're always working for them. They're controlling your everyday schedule while your record's running. And
There's a lot more freedom now, which we love creatively and schedule-wise, with where we appear and play shows, and timeline for when we are in the studio, when we put out a record, and what we want the first single to be. All those decisions that are really important to a band, we feel we know how to make those decisions more than the suits maybe would. But at the same time, there's no one can promote a record like a major label, so there's a lot of great things that happen because of being a part of Sony.
yeah, I feel like at the same time that we were running ourselves like so thin, and just as people we were getting so, I feel like catty. I don't know if that's the right word, but I feel like I was just getting so, not the same person that I was before. But like with running everything ourselves and just doing all the music, we can still do something that we love to do. And we might run the major label gamut again, but for right now, we just love making music. And when we feel that we want to be on the road again for 365 days a year, then we'll do that.